Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. It's truly a pleasure to be here. I'm Archanish Chaudhary, joined the second as a director, and today I've joined with Mr. Ashish Tiwari, who leads our research efforts. So, already yesterday in one sessions, Smith, Chandra, Abhishek, Ashish briefed about the OTM platform, and we'll be shining a light on AI Best 360 and the latest addition to our Sekion family. So to start, we'll
Recording in
give you a
progress.
brief overview and then we'll take you through the key topics lined up for today's session, like some recent threats, why AI Best 360 features, threat library, architecture, and followed by a demo. So let's throw some light on the overview. So at Sekion, we are redefining how organizations validate their cybersecurity defenses. We are building a future of intelligent autonomous cyber defense validation. Security controls fails everywhere, and they do so constantly and silently. As per the recent study, companies deploy on an average 40 to 47 different cybersecurity solutions and technologies, and most of them the time they do not talk to each other the way they should be. When the cybersecurity control fails, either through a misconfiguration or operational execution, it can go unnoticed for months. Therefore, the way it has to access the cybersecurity effectiveness is with the unquantified assessment, a finger in the air, or how the program feels on a given day. As a result, cybersecurity teams are faced with critical obstacles by using traditional methods like penetration testing, which offers only a snapshot in time. They're reactive, isolated, and limited. On the other hand, there are another way is a red teaming exercise, which is very expensive and very much people centric. But today's, as you know, today's cyber threats don't wait for the annual test or the periodic test. They don't certainly care about the follow the scripts and all. So for that, as Sekion, we are bringing AI BAS 360, an advanced breach and attack simulation, the module that goes far beyond the limitation of the traditional penetration testing or red teaming exercise. We simulate real-world attacks behaviors across the full kill chain, not in isolated bursts, but as a continuous adaptive system. AI-based 360 doesn't just emulate threats, it thinks like an adversary. It emulates sophisticated multi-stage attack campaigns from phishing and credential brute forcing to privilege escalations, lateral movement, exfiltration across every layer. Think of an automated red teaming exercise with an infinite stamina and zero bias. And we do it continuously, not once in a quarter or a year. This gives security teams a real world visibility into how their defenses stand up continuously evolving threats across every layer of their infrastructure. What truly differentiates us in our AI-driven optimization engine built to intelligently map simulated adversarial behavior to MITRE activities. It dynamically adjusts the evolving threat models and security tech changes, allowing teams to validate their entire detection and response pipeline continuously. Not just whether a control exists, but whether it actually works under the adversarial pressure. From a product and a market perspective, we are addressing a critical shift in the market from preventive security to validating detection and response readiness. AI Best 360 is an integral part of our OTM platform, offering closed loop feedback and measurable improvements in the meantime to detect or respond. The right hand side, you can see a small graphical representation. Our continuous security validation framework ensures your organization is always aligned with the evolving threats landscape, not just during the periodic audits. So we have threat library, which we maintain and curated microcosm of global threats to ensure relevance and realism of in the testing. Campaign builder, enables custom red team simulation tailored to our environment, simulating adversaries that matters most to your business. Attack simulator and assessment, a safe, scalable, and automated engine to simulate attack, allowing teams to validate defenses without risk. Continuous process and reporting. So this is one of the major part of this the entire BAS 360, right? Provides actionable reports for remediation and allows continuous testing to measure progress and the resilience over time. So let us go through some of the global recent threats. Sorry. Uh, So we'll start with the Lazarus APT, North Korean crypto highest. It's almost stolen 1.46 billion of cryptocurrency from exchanges, which has been identified as the largest threat on the record. And that the TTPs, as we have highlighted, the TTPs the mapping they have used for the T1078, 1190 for gaining access, 1059 for automating pivoting, T1041 for moving stolen assets, and in Scattered Spider, the Marcus Spencer who was they were into the ransomware like Dragon Force. Uh, Emerging in late 2023, Dragon Force is a ransomware as a service operation. It offers affiliates not only ransomware payload, but it also negotiates support, leaks, sites, infrastructure, and admin panel, taking a 20 to 80% of the cut for the various as per the cyber journals. So TTP is used by the Dragon Force or initial access via phishing and RDP or VPN exploits. Post compromise tools like AnyDesk or Mimikatz double distortion still sensitive data before it is encrypted using the AE256 or RCS encryption. Uh, Persistence or exploitation using the C2 common communication server over the HTTP and HTTPS. Then certainly, okay. So the next one is a RDP and SSH brute force observed in enterprise honeypots. Over 1.2 million login attempts recorded across the global honeypots. Techniques used for the aggressive brute force attack targeting the RDP and the SSH. Trained, we have used a successful login where pivoting into the SMTP brute force, brute force bots, indicating spam or phishing infrastructure setup. Credential harvesting as a skill. TTP is used T triple 11002 and 03. Those are brute force remote sessions and password spying via SSH or RDP. And then the APT 28, the Kuzibier, we use the Mimikatz for that technique for investing to escalate privilege. So with that, we'll move to the next slide. Why now? Let's move on to the why AI BAS 360. At Sekion, we believe security should be continuous, not occasional. That's why our platform delivers continuous security validation. Ensure defenses are not just checked periodically, but validated in the real time against the ever-changing threat landscape. We simulate realistic threats using the adversary techniques from the MITRE ATT&CK framework, everything from the phishing to ransomware, lateral movement, data exfiltration, etc. This means the organization don't just hope their control works; they know that it should work and it's working. We are not reactive. We are proactively identifying risks before attackers get a chance to exploit blind spots. And we don't leave teams guessing. Our platform delivers AI-driven insights, translating complex data into risk score, patterns, alerts, and clear remediation guidance. So, and finally, we help enterprises achieve to demonstrate compliance with mandate like NIST, ISO 27001, PCI DSS, HIPAA, and many more. So let's go on the features. On the orchestration side, we offer an administrative console that's part of the AP, which allows cybersecurity teams to select adversaries and run direct access simulations, especially launching control tests against their own infrastructure, a powerful way to discover vulnerability before the adversaries do. All of this is tied together with our automation capability, allows scheduled, repeatable, and attack simulation and validations. This is not just a toolkit; it's a system built for scale and operational efficiency. We use an agent-based approach this moment, giving us granular visibility into endpoint behaviors and responses. This agent architecture enables direct interaction with system processes for deeper insight and controls. The platform leverages adversary emulation, totally aligned with MITRE ATT&CK framework, replicating your TTPs, which is tactics, techniques, and procedures of actual threat actors, not theoretical, but a realistic one. Ultimately, this integration feeds directly into our broader AICM OTM ecosystem, closing the loop from detection to validation to response, a full cycle intelligent cybersecurity fabric. With this, let's move on to the library. As part of our second proactive defense strategy, our threat library sits at the core of our continuous security validation platform as AI of AI-based system. It's not just a collection of attack signature. It's curated, dynamic, and extensible repository of real-world threat behaviors designed to simulate what adversaries actually can do. Let me just walk you through what this means to your organization. So we'll start with the first atomic attack. For precision testing, we isolate and test individual tactics, techniques, and procedures such as credential dumping to ensure each control layer is doing their job, and it's even micro level. Then comes the data exploitation attack. We don't just intend just to test for the breach. We test what happens after by simulating the exploitation of sensitive data mapped to real compliance standards like PCI DSS, HIPAA, GDPR, and others. Email-based attacks using the MITRE's the T1566, there are sub-techniques like 01, 02, 3. We simulate spear phishing attacks with malicious links and going forward with the attachments also. Testing your controls against the actual phishing techniques seen in the wild across various formats like Office PDF, Office Docs, PDFs, and archives, etc. Then we'll go to the vulnerability exploitation. Each exploit is vetted for integrity before inclusion, covering a wide range of attack types from privilege escalation and buffer overflow to a code level execution and site disclosure. This gives your team ability to test your environments through exposure of the known vulnerabilities. Then, obviously, the OL application attacks, we emulate the threats based on the worst top 10, incorporating efficient techniques, both the open source and the commercial tools to test your OL application readiness to real adversarial behavior and all. And then the malware attack. We are including we have intended or we are working on that to include the validated malware samples using both dynamic and static analysis techniques, ensuring that you are not just testing the redundant payloads but unique behavior also that matter. So with this approach, this is one the so before that just only to touch upon the one more thing also. Let me go back to the previous slide. So this approach enables a realistic end-to-end validation of your defenses from perimeter to endpoint and from phishing to your data loss. We are not just getting alerts, you are gaining insight, assurance, and measurable resilience. And if you talk about the benefits, it will reduce your dwell time, those the visibility gaps, um, validate security controls under real world pressure, improve compliance posture with measurable evidence. So this is the architecture of high level architecture of how it will look like. So we were, as I mentioned, is a agent based approach. So directly the communication over the secure communication to the tenants, that's over API over the or XC based. Currently, we are supporting Windows, so XC based agent. And as the product, so we have also achieved tenant-based approach, the multi-tenancy for this AI Bash 360. So you can see that tenant one has the Win servers with our EDR inside that and the AD server, same as a tenant two. And the secret separate communication from the APU, and every tenant's data is secure to that particular tenant level. So more on the tenant level, and that more will come up. We are going to come up on this. So currently we are supporting Windows and Linux and Mac, and the segments is upcoming. Will be the going forward. And today's demo, we are will show you the installer based agent setup, a dashboard with the various charts, and little bit of glimpse of the operation. Obviously, as I told, the 10 based approach, and we'll talk about the licensing model, some part of the report, and a little bit on the future goals and all. So with this, I'll like to hand over Ashish to go with the demo. Ashish, over to you.
Thank you. Thanks, Arshini. Can you stop
Yeah.
sharing your screen?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So,
And I think there is a poll question out there. So everybody please answer the poll. Give a couple of minutes, Ashish, before you start. I think it'll help us all.
yes, yes. And this is a very important like poll, I will say. Like how often do we simulate cyber attack to test our defense? Because that's what we were talking, Arshini was. So if you can poll, that will be really helpful.
I think Ashish, people is in real think of the four options they have given. Is it weekly or monthly or?
Yes. Okay, so we can start, right, Smith? Yeah, thank you. So as Archini talk like about the BAS, so I'm going to show you what we are doing in the product. As you know, we have the platform, and this is a new.
Sorry, Ashish, do you want to share the results of the poll at all to kind of give people a view into what we got, or do you want to just keep going?
I
Curious.
will say keep going, right?
Keep going. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, so as you know, our platform is the multi-tenancy. So here also with the AI Batch 360, we are trying to achieve the same. So we have a two tenant. You can see the one is I have already opened, one is here. So let's start with this one. So this is a one tenant. In this one, you can see when. Okay, sorry. So as Archani talk, this is AI Best 360. This is a license-based like feature which you are going to get once you enable the license for this particular tenant. You will see a tab here with the AI Best 360. So it is part here. So and then we have some of the basic thing which we have added here. One thing is the dashboard, host, and the operation at the top level. When you go in the dashboard, what you will see the agent, how many agent is live or enroll, how many operation it have run till now, how many operation was success, fail. If something is running, you will see here in this case there is a 5 operation which is already run. How many abilities like we are running right now for the Windows? This is a very like a differentiator. If you go and look for the other competitor and all, like they have around 1,000 or something, but when we are like you can see this is a new feature we are adding, but we are starting with the 1326 and we will keep adding on that one. It's not like that is a static, it will be the dynamic where we will like keep adding on that, but we are starting with those abilities to test. You see here a top 5 success operation when you run the like a simulated attack, a simulated breach and simulated attack. You will see like how many success, so and how many are failed. If you look at the color coding here, one thing I want to say: if something is success, it means we were able to breach you. That is the reason it's red. Green means like we tried and it failed. So if you are in the green, you are good. If you are in the red, even it says success, but you are in the bad hand, like there is some issues in your environment. If you go on the host side, right, click again. So you will see at the host level, you will see how many hosts is enrolled. But the important thing is here, they deploy an agent. So this is very important, where you are going to get the option how you are going to deploy that. Once you go here, you will see that a Windows, we are just taking an approach where we are going to add all other platform. So that is the reason you see the Windows, then you will see the Linux and the Mac, and then you will get a download link which you can go and download that one. Once you download, what you are going to do, right? That is one thing. So let me go here. So on this particular system, you can see I have downloaded a agent here. I'm going to run. If you see, this is a similar to what you have seen for our PMAX agent. Run as administrator. It will ask what what is the server you want to use. So I'm going to change to 19.235. You have to just specify that one. Okay. What is your APE server? This is the tenant, and that's it. You go and say install on that one. That is the only thing you have to do. Once you install that, it is going to add the exclusion in the Microsoft Defender. So it is not going to block, and then you can see it's already installed, like agent is already enrolled that. So if you go on the services, right? So I will just refresh this one. You can see this is a service, new service is uh, uh, created on that particular endpoint, and it is up and running. The important thing is here, one thing like when you are going to deploy, what infra you need from the from deployment point? Nothing. You just need the agent, okay, and you have to install the agent on that endpoint, and that's it. That is the only thing you need from the infra side. You don't need anything extra, and we have made sure that is like a very light weight agent is running on that endpoint. So this is here. If you go in here, you will see, like if I go in this, because I have enrolled on this, I just enroll this one. You can see this particular agent, what I install, it's come here, right? So this is I have enroll on the SIT, and if you see the agent configuration, this is the basic configuration. At the low level, you don't need to do that. You just start from here. Once this is enroll, what I have done here, one more thing I want to show here. Let's say this one. So this particular system, what we have on this particular tenant, we have this EDR. We call it as a PMAX, but here we are only running the EDR, and EDR is installed on our this particular tenant, which is the IBM. And the second one is the SIT, where you don't have a license for the our PMAX. No EDR is installed on those endpoints. So how the differentiation we are going to show, like how you will see the differentiation on both of them. So when you are here, you can see the EDR is installed, right? EDR is only running in the detection mode, as you know. So it is not going to protect you, but it is going to collect the data, which is very important, and how you are going to see that one, right? So if I go here, so these are two. I'm going to the operation, right? So we have some operation here. So it is just pulling that one. I will also pull for this particular one. So it can get that one. So all these, if you see, we have a lot of like operation which by default come like out of the box. So as Smith showed you yesterday, APT 29 around it was 30 to not 30 but 20 plus percentage, like people were attacked by the APT 29. So we are going to use that one. You see something here, rerun option, and then you just go and say run it. That is the only thing you have to do here, right? Once you run, it is going to start the attack on that one. I will go and say APT 22 28 again on this one, and I will say rerun on this one. Okay, so it is going to start the attack, and you can see here it started running on that one, right? So what you see when it started running on that one, you see what is the status of that attack, what it have executed, was it successful, what is failed, and you see like what command was used, what is the host, what is the PID was used. So all these information you are going to get from this screen. And this is live, you can see it is running in the live system, right? And here also you can see it is keep trying on that one. Here also it will update within a few seconds. It's go and keep updating on that one. But overall, right, once it is going to run, how the you are going to see the report and other things. So that's what we are going to. So this one you can see this is running with the EDR. So if I go in the alert analysis, right? So once you are running this, what you are going to notice, like you are going to notice the alert coming. Once you run, within a few minutes, you will start seeing the alert coming from that one. And what you will see, all these activity, because we have already ran that one, so you will see all the activity which was happening on that endpoint, you are going to see on that one. Okay, so APT 37, right, what we call like all the adversaries which it is going to run, you are going to see this one. So in this case, you can see like this is the EDR feature. If you remember, I was showing like someone was trying to encrypt that endpoint. So in this case, someone was touching the hidden.log, right? That is a draft file, and we have immediately reported back saying, oh, someone was touching on that one. This is a one example you can see on that one. And all the activity, it's not only that, all the processes are all other like a script executing and all, like even if it was success or failure, we don't care. You are running the power view, you are running the commandlet. If you say the find GPO location, it's going to collect all the information, and immediately you are going to get the alert for that one. You don't need anything extra on that one. But if you talk, if we talk about this one is successful. You can see this particular command was success, right? It was trying to run the like mini dump from the that Mimikatz, and you can see it was successful. So it means this particular system is vulnerable in the environment, and you have to go and fix that one. Okay, you cannot leave that system, and it will provide you the full visibility when you are running with the PMAX, where it's all the data is collected, and you can see what all things are running in this one. Okay, so if I go here again, I will go in again this one. I think we have just run for the 1526. So it is running. You can see it keep running. It was able to extract all account to use ASPN using it. So all the success means like it is vulnerable, and if the attacker gets the access, he can exploit you. Okay, so this is what we have in the AI base. This is a license base. Okay, you have to enable the license. This by design, it is coming with the multi-tenancy as a MSSP. You get the license, and you are going to enable the AI base 360 for each and every tenant. Once you enable, you are going to get an option where you can go and download the agent. You as an infrastructure, you don't need anything. You just need to go and deploy that agent on the in your test environment or in your live production environment on that endpoint, and then just come to our UI, start running the like breach attack simulation. It is a control base, so it is going to run everything in the control manner. And then once that is done, like running or it's done, you are going to go and get all these details in the operation and the other things. And once you go in the dashboard again, you are going to see what is the status of that one. What we are going to add, we right now we have not added the for the reporting, but we are working on to add the report. But looking at the session today from the Abhishek and other, like you can create your own report because we have the custom dashboard and the custom report option. So that we will leave that for the user who can go and create your own report, because how you want to represent that. From our side, that's what we are going to. We have this part of the release, and we are adding this one. So I think that's it from me. Uh, Smith and other, back to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Thank you so much, Ashish Narkanish, for your presentation. Coming up next, we have leveraging AI to position the Sekion platform. Please welcome Kriti Tripathi. As always, if you have questions, please use the Q&A panel. We're not monitoring raised hands, and today's
Recording
session
in
recording will be
progress.
shared later this week. Kriti, over to you.
Now audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, just make sure your audio is loud enough. Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, sure. Thank you. Hi, everyone. My name is Kriti Tripathi. I'm the graphic designer and the marketing executive here at Sekion. And I help in creating most of our marketing content, from designing one-pager infographics to creating videos and setting up automated emails, workflows for marketing outreach. And over past few months, I have been closely involved in how we are integrating AI into our marketing processes to not just save time, but also to unlock more room for creativity. And today I'll be sharing how AI has helped us rethink the way we are creating content, whether that's tailoring messaging for specific region and roles, or giving us more time to focus on strategizing and storytelling. So starting with the why AI and how it's a marketer's best advantage in 2025. So first thing first, of course, it cuts hours from our daily tasks. What that means is we no longer have to spend hours creating content from scratch, whether it's a detailed white paper or a product email or a quick social media post. What used to take a day or longer, now it can be created in a few minutes, right? And the same thing for creating on-demand contents. We can now instantly generate contents like email or a LinkedIn message that actually speaks the language of our target audience. For instance, healthcare CISO or a retail IT manager in Europe, we do not need to rewrite the same messaging for 5 times. We just need to add a few tweaks and get the tailored version ready according to the different verticals, audience, and geos. It also helps us speed competitive research. What that means is we can create battle cards using a simple prompt, and that will be ready in a few minutes, right? I will also show few of these examples in my upcoming slides. It also helps us personalize messaging at scale. So what that means is we are not blasting the same message to everyone. We can now tailor our messaging to maybe a CEO in India versus a security analyst in the US. And the system knows how to adjust the tone, or we can make the tweaks ourselves according to the job titles and the region or the pain points we are discussing. And of course, improves consistency. This helps us keep everything aligned with the Sekion platform first narrative, whether it's a blog, a one-pager, or maybe a LinkedIn post copy. There is consistency across all our collaterals or content we create. It also gives us more time to focus on high impact work like strategizing and storytelling, because by automating these repetitive stuffs like formatting one page or rewriting the same pitch for 5 regions, we are able to redirect our energy towards more strategic efforts. That means we are spending more time refining our messaging, planning our smarter campaigns, crafting stories that actually resonate with our target audience. This way, we can be driving the real brand impact. And also, it lets us experiment with tone. And what that means is maybe we are writing one for with one professional tone and the other one is maybe more conversational, depending upon the campaigns we are running and who we are speaking to. We can also switch formats, turning a one-pager into a blog, email, slide deck, and yes, we can even create video script using the same content we use for one-pager or other contents. So here is the first example I want to show you. This is the prompt. This is the prompt I have used in the ChatGPT, and the result that I got. I want to please can you confirm if my screen is still sharing?
It's visible, yes.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, the same. So what I have done here is I've used this prompt, and one at a time. I've used enterprises to begin with, and audience I've used ID security managers, and this is the result I've got. Very strong headline to begin with, and what the problem they are facing, and what are the results they get from these siloed tools: the slow detection, delayed response, increased risk exposures, and how we are different from the best of breeds. How Sekion is doing, how Sekion is replacing the fragmented security stacks with single AI-powered platform. So yes, this is the content we got using the prompt. With this also gives why enterprises choose Sekion with the value-added proven results, right? We can use this, we can copy this whole content, add it into the template, and it's ready. It's just that easy. Now, the same prompt I have used to create one pager for MSPs, MSSPs. You can see now we got a different heading for more targeted towards MSPs, MSSPs, and the problems they are facing: delayed response time, learning costs for licensing, and how Sekion is providing one platform complete coverage. And with the real results. So what I mean is, you can definitely go in and do some tweaks of your own. Like I would, for example, add a few links, CTA links here, right? And then add it into a template. The next is battle card. Like I talked on the first slide, we can go in, add this prompt, and the battle card is ready, just like that. You can always have a PDF version downloaded as well. For here, I've used Splunk. For this instance, I've used Splunk. How Sekion is better than Splunk, I would say. And what are the sections it gives us, like platform overview, core differences, capabilities comparison, pricing, ideal customer profile, and common objection, key value proposition, and final recommendation. So just like that, copy this, add it into the template. You can add a few tweaks if you want, and the battle card is ready. Next, moving on to infographics. So we were talking about best of breeds versus Sekion platform, and this is what we got. For this, I've used Claude. I've added the prompt, and because I didn't like the color, so I asked Claude to make this in green. And if I show this, so this is the infographic I got. Best of breed versus Sekion platform, how siloed tools compare with the unified platform. Why best of breed, how best of breed is complexity is high, integration effort is high, total cost is high, time to value slow, maintenance high, and how we have low complexity, integration effort is minimal, total cost lower total cost, time to value is rapid, maintenance is low, and what are the benefits with Sekion platform versus the best of breeds? Similar way, we can also use the ChatGPT for email outreach. I've used this prompt. Here. What I've used here, the title is for CISO and IT heads. Industry, I've used finance. Region, North America. You can use accordingly India, maybe Middle East, whatever you want. Pain points, struggling with multiple silo tools. 3 emails I want to be in the automated emails. That first will be the introducing the challenge. Second, we want to talk about insights and ROIs. And the third will be direct value proposition or soft CTA. That means the first email will talk about the challenges, like it's talking here. And I want to also add here that in the same email, you can go in and tweak, like I would go in and add maybe case study here, a financial case study. Instead of saying if this sounds similar, I could say, read one of our case study on this financial sector, and the second email, which is talking about one of the financial service firm work with us, how we help them, right? How our unified platform handle all these solutions with the 85% fewer false positives, 70% faster response, and 60% drop in total cost of ownership. So here as well, if we have 2 or 3 case studies, I can add here as well one of the case studies, or even link to the website page where all the case studies are already available. And for the third and the last, where it will talk about you can always go in here if you would like a quick overview. I can add one of our sales salespeople calendar, because this is for America region. I can add probably Tom's calendar here and say schedule a time with us, and yeah, can do that. So lastly, I want to talk about our marketing collaterals, which are available on our support portal, like data sheets, solution brief, case studies. Everything is available to access here. All the data sheets are here, solution briefs, one-pager, case studies, compliance, mapping guide, white papers. So in case if you don't have an account, please reach out to us. We'll help create one for you. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Preeti. It was a fantastic presentation. And coming up next, oops, sorry, a little technical difficulty. There we go. So coming up next, we have Professional Services Unpacked, what SecYan offers and how to use it. Welcome, Waldek. Great to see you again. Don't forget to submit any questions in the Q&A panel, and the recordings will be available and the recap sent out later this week or next week. Waldek, do we want to get the recording started?
Yep. Sorry, I see poll. Let's wait and we will see results.
Okay,
Question for you, Maggie. I saw there was demo presentation or professional services presentation.
Sorry, in what sense?
This demo presentation or professional services?
Professional services
Recording
Unpacked?
stopped.
Okay. Give me a sec.
Sure.
Give me a sec. I will change presentation then.
Recording in progress.
Give me a sec. Okay. Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
Well,
switching.
it gives sufficient time for people to
Yeah.
respond to the polls.
I
So
was
polls. So that's good.
was
Thank you.
I was
Yeah.
switching my presentation.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready? Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Do you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, my name is Waldek Mikołajczyk, and we'll be talking about professional services, new initiative with goal to enhance customer satisfaction, also our partner satisfaction, our efficiency, and give me a sec. Okay. So what are key objectives behind professional services? So as I said, the major key objective is to increase satisfaction. How we are doing it? First of all, we would like to improve our deployment, and should be rapid, and it should be matching customer expectations. We would love to bring expert opinion and enhance security posture. We would love to guide you through deployment process, and we would love to simplify, make it smoother entire process of onboarding, training, and adoption of our technology. We would like to support everything what will require some additional what goes into customization area, and at the end, all of this above goal is improve our operational efficiency. So we offer professional services in multiple areas. So standard, obviously, there is support services. In particular, we have multiple customers who host their own ATM platform, and we would like, as part of the standard contract, to specify what this contract entitles to. And as you see here, it will entitle to 4 upgrades per year. The content of the infrastructure, there will be by default free OTM servers, and every upgrade will include health check and health report. And also this will include 4 devices integration and their upgrade. Once again, everything can be expanded, and price will be annual. And as for every professional services item, please contact regarding pricing details with your sales representative. Another topic for security services are security audits. So there are two types of security audits. So I got multiple questions from multiple partners with help to interpret security posture report. What does it mean? What are recommendations? It was kind of like a deep dive into security posture report, where partners ask additional questions. They requested additional information, clarification, things like this. Another one, what we hear a few minutes ago about new compliance reports. So I anticipate there would be similar ask regarding interpretation and assistance. What kind of compliance reports? I can add here that I personally was involved in working with one of our key customers, preparing him SOC 2 compliance, and with our platform, it really became very, very smooth to create all artifacts, create all proofs, and move compliance very fast and very efficient way. Another one, it's our regular mode of operation. Currently, we are working 24/7. We always work 24/7. We would like actually to include two tiers. One will be standard tier, what is included in business contract. The other tier will be premium tier and will include 24/7 support. This, once again, goal here is to increase our efficiency and set our expectations straight up front. Also, we are adding potential feature to have technical account manager, which will be working with customer continuously, I mean 4 hours a week. And role of this will go beyond what we have our standard cadence calls with multiple partners. It will be more on planning extra activities, what they are practically not covered by any standard support activities. We have a lot of activity what comes to implementation, onboarding, and consultation. So in Sikion hosted environment, the standard deployment includes 10 devices. And the same 10 devices you see with customer hosted environment, and additional device will price per device. Please contact once again your sales rep regarding details here. We are getting multiple requests for assistance and customization. Regardless, please create for us EDR rules, TTIs, UDAs, playbooks, reports, dashboards. This type of activity will be very happy to work with you, make you and your customers happy, and basically guarantee that all expectations here are met. Also, we have a few customers with their running in HA environment, and there were a lot of activities related to maintenance of this environment. Once again, this type of activities will be priced hourly per incident, per particular activity. Some customers have very custom requests to expand log storage. This involves our hosted, what obviously we will handle it anyway, but some customers have their own log storage servers, and they would like to ask us for expansion of this servers. In multiple occasions, we were asked on to interpret particular security events. We are talking about very complex accidents where partner, customer, our tier 1 SOC support were not able to interpret. So we involve experts and we perform this instance. Obviously, we perform infrastructure audits. Once again, a goal to perform infrastructure audit is to improve infrastructure efficiency. This applies to customer infrastructure interoperating with our host environment or completely hosted customer infrastructure. And obviously, in many occasions, we are asked to participate in resolution of internal IT issues. And the same goes with integration with a third-party tool where 3 parties have to be involved, a third-party vendor, us, and partner. And obviously, this also covers integration. So what else we have as managed services? Recently, we got a lot of requests to perform additional log management, like relocation, extraction, and this will be per device per month, this type of service. And there was quite a few last year audits. So customer partners said our environment is not performing up to our expectation. We grew significantly over last months. Could you please take a look? What are your recommendations how our environment operates? This in particular is especially valid for customer-hosted environment. We perform quite a few audits like this. We will be very happy to conclude it. And as I said, this includes a detailed report. When we check all configurations, our reports provided some conclusions and recommendations. And what else? So we offer training services. I'll talking about them in a second. And we also offer SOC services, and they will be covered by a separate dedicated session. So I would like to show you what are our training program. So our training program covers multiple areas, multiple focus topics. So for instance, on deployment, we train partner or customers engineer to perform all deployment activities. And you see here what is covered, what are training modules, their durations, including classroom and hands-on exercise. At the end, we conclude this to guarantee that there is expected outcome. We perform certification test and review results of this test. And this goes to SOC, personal training for SOC personnel, administration of the platform, once again with the same topics, what means administration and how much time is spent and what is the total duration for such training. Every major new feature, what it is add-on module has training by itself. So see free add-on, free major add-on features, how to manage them. And obviously we have a technical assistance center. We have also short training where we explain how interoperate with Sikion in the most efficient way. And I would like to a short reminder on this last topic, how to interoperate with Sikion support organization and how to handle support tickets. So there are major reminders what it means. So it's like one case per ticket. The most important status is the most important point here. Our process is built in such a way that we expect the tickets in open state are revisited at least 3 times a day, because we are working across multiple geographies with 3 shifts, 24/7, as I mentioned before. Any update from customer immediately brings ticket in open state. And customer, to close the ticket, we are always seeking agreement. If question was answered, if customer is satisfied with the answer, and this ticket is marked resolved. If we are not getting update, a ticket goes through 4 reminders, and it's getting through auto closure after inactivity. What comes to tickets reporting some defects. There is service request created after such ticket validation, and ticket is marked resolved when we put fig plan of the record for resolution, and partner is notified about the expected resolution. So thank you. That's all from my end. I'm looking forward to work with everybody, and welcome new partner
Recording stopped.
to the team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Waldek, for your presentation.
Thank you. Issue stopping my screen. Give me a sec.
So coming up next, we have Tom Ertl and Ed Moore for a practical and actionable session about packaging that sells, structuring, pricing, and positioning Sekion solutions. Tom and Ed, are you gentlemen prepared?
I'm ready.
Fantastic.
Recording in progress.
All
Are
right.
we waiting for Ed or?
I'm sure he's here. We'll give him
Yeah,
a second.
okay, cool.
I'm here.
Fantastic.
All right. Do you see my screen?
Not yet.
Really? Okay, I'm sharing it. That's not good. Let's try it again. Share my screen.
There
Now
we
we're
go.
seeing it.
Okay, full screen,
Great.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're going to do a bit of a recap here, pulling on some of the other presentations, which will culminate in sort of talking about how you can price these different packages, if you will, AI SIM, AI XDR 360, CGuard, and so forth, what's included. But as part of that, I'm just going to do a little bit of a recap as well on the platform and all the functionality that's in it in those different packages. So first, this was, Smith's slide, probably used by a lot of people, just showing all the different pieces of functionality, right? So it probably can get a little confusing, what's included where and so forth. So, again, that's what we're going to talk about. And I'm going to present it as part of a calculator that I created, where you can actually go in and do, some price quotes. It's not an official quote that you send to a customer. It's a way for you to do some pricing. So I'll show you that. And then we can also make those available if needed. Okay, so the first sort of package I'm going to talk about is AI SIM, right? Which is sort of the foundational package. And here you can see all the different functionality that's included, threat detection, and so forth. Smith went through all this. So let's, instead of just talking about it, let's just take a quick refresher and go look at the platform. Okay, so you seeing a dashboard?
Yep.
Okay, so, and let me see if this works better. So at the highest level, you basically get the ability to have multi-tier, multi-tenancy, right? So this is part of the base package of the platform. You can see all your customers in a single, screen, quick status overview of where they stand. Obviously, green is good. Let me just hide these controls here. Green is good. Purple, just as a reminder to people, is what we call a system alert. Just basically telling you that something that you want us to be collecting data from, we haven't heard from. And then here is a real instance that looks, like it would probably look for your customer. You're going to have minor alerts, those system alerts I talked about, major alerts, and criticals. And I just want to refresh everyone here that to me, these minors are really, really important, right? Because that's a big part of the value proposition of the platform. Instead of you having to have people looking at every single threat indicator and every activity across time, the platform's doing that for you, and it's keeping all that information in those minor alerts. It might have seen a failed login, it might have seen a scan for the first time, a new server accessed. It's not raising an alert, it's not telling you have to do anything, but it's watching, right? And we'll look at that quickly when we get into the platform. So again, big part of the functionality, a big value add is the ability to have all your customers in a single screen. Remember how to shift these tabs. Okay, that didn't work, so we're gonna have to go back to manual. Okay, looks like I'm kind of frozen here. Give me a second.
Hey, Tom, your voice went away. You became mute. Tom?
All right, sorry, am I back?
Yes, you're back now.
All right, and I think
Repeat
my
that for
screen.
last couple of minutes.
Okay, so again, did you hear anything? Am I talking about this screen, the fact that it's multi-tier, multi-tenancy?
No, repeat it again, please.
Okay, I apologize, folks.
No problem.
Okay, so this is one of the value propositions of the platform, the ability to see all of your customers in a single screen. Green means good, obviously. Purple means you've got some what we call system alerts, which means something that you think we should be collecting data from isn't sending, right? That's not security related. And then this instance is the one that's real, right? And what's showing you is you've got minor alerts, major alerts, critical alerts, along with some telemetry information. But I like to highlight these minor alerts, okay? I think they're a big part of the value proposition of the platform. These are things that we've taken, threat indicators we've detected, a new server accessed, abnormal file copy size, whatever it might be, put them into a minor alert, and the platform is watching, okay? You don't have to have people doing that. And there could be typically hundreds of those going on in the background that might even never turn into an alert. So the platform's doing that for you, okay? So that's a big part of the value proposition. All the time and the human expenditures you have to not spend to actually be able to keep track of those. And then majors and criticals get raised. Okay. Am I still audible, by the way? Hello?
Yes, you are.
Okay,
Everything is
good.
great. Thank you.
Good. Okay. So now I just want to talk down the left side of this screen, right? All the functionality you get. So you can see all your dashboards, your behavior analytics, container dashboards, mail dashboards, and so forth. We have visualization because we've collected not just not just logs, but net flows. We can actually paint you a picture of who's been talking to who, how much data they've copied. We'll go through a little bit of the alert analysis, but this is obviously the fundamental part of the platform where it's actually detecting and showing you alerts. I'm going to show you some SOAR. We'll talk a little bit about remediation. We'll show you some reports. So just again to highlight the big parts of the platform. But one thing I always like to show pretty early here is you can add remediators. So remediation is a huge part of the platform, right? The ability for the platform to take action either manually based on an analyst looking at the alert or automatically, okay? But to do that, you have to add your remediators into the platform. And you can add firewalls, EDR, if you have CrowdStrike or SentinelOne, you can add a NAC, you can add identity. So you just go in, you select, let's say I want to select the firewall, whichever one I'm concurrently using. We had a customer yesterday we were talking to, he was using SonicWall and Cisco Meraki. So whatever your firewall is, we've got them integrated. And if we don't have it, we'll add it. And so we know how to talk to those, okay? If we want to do identity, you want to be able to go into your Azure, right, or your Windows collector and turn off an account. So you add your remediator devices here, and then when you actually get the system up and running, you can take action into those devices. So that's an important part. But let's go back now. So again, we have all kinds of dashboards. This is one that's very visual, right? And it's showing you all the data that's flowing in and out of the platform, where it's coming from. You can set your time frames, how long you want to look. I have it at 7 days, but it's important to note that we keep the live data for over 90 days, so that meets your PCI requirements. So again, you can go in and look at any time frame you would like. You've got all the device ingestion that's going on down here, and the size of the font is basically showing you the amount of data coming from that particular device. Obviously, flows is the biggest number here. Lots of other information. Quickly here on these dials, this I want to just always highlight the real value proposition of the platform. Ingest everything, okay? This 800 or so million events have been captured in the last 7 days. Out of that, that's a lot of that's the flows as we just discussed. Out of that, you've got 60 to 70 million things that the platform thought were worth watching. Now, that number is probably a little high because this is a demo system, but regardless, if it's 1 million, the ability for you to keep up with 1 million threat indicators in a week is impossible. I don't care how many people you have, okay? So this is the value add where all of these are put into minor alerts and they're tracked, okay? And then only when we've seen enough do we actually raise an alert and give you something to go take action on, okay? So that's really, really important. Let's go quickly look at an alert. And again, highlight a couple of things here. Actually, let me go back. I want to highlight one last thing. Because we're ingesting all that data, it's very important. Price is incredibly important right now in all areas of the world, right? There's lots of competition. You have to be competitive. We price based on a per asset basis or a per user basis, not ingested data. And just about every single demo and customer I talk to, they're dealing with ingested data pricing, and it's killing them, right? Because the number keeps going up. The amount of data they ingest keeps going up, so the price keeps going up. We do not want you to limit what you ingest. I believe the only way we can actually catch things early is to see all the data. So that's why we price it per asset. So it should give you a very, cost competitive solution. Okay, let's talk about the real value proposition of the platform again here. So now here, this is an alert, okay? An alert has been raised. It's come to the point where it actually needs action to be taken. Quick description. A lot of customers, we got a pretty major customer we're talking to who wants to see everything mapped into the MITRE ATT&CK framework. That's what these boxes across the top are here. That's all the high-level MITRE techniques. And everything that we've seen below is mapped into one of those techniques. Okay, so I clicked on it, initial access, some of these would populate. This is showing which activities were detected. There's actually 5 of them. I can scroll down and show you one more. So all the different things that were detected and correlated together by the platform. So I want to go down to the graph here, which I think highlights something I said earlier. You can see here that on 6/13, we saw an unusual number of outgoing connections. Nothing really abnormal about it, enough to say that we need to even worry about it, but we're going to watch. Here, we didn't see anything on the 14th. On the 15th, we saw a couple of blacklisted site accesses. So boom, okay, now we've got 40% confidence, minor alert. This again is the value proposition. The platform's watching. People don't have to be involved. The platform's watching here. This day, nothing unusual. Here we saw some more blacklisted site accesses. Okay, and here, boom, we started to see some more activity, and we went to 50% confidence, and we actually raised the alert. Okay, so now I can zoom in, and I can see exactly where it was raised right here. Zoom in one more time, and basically it's saying that some combination of these events are what actually pushed me over the edge, right? And I can zoom in one more time and actually go look at each one of those. Okay, so transparency is important. Every single thing that we've seen in that alert, if I go back to here, I can open up let's see the DNS anomalies, right? I can open those up. I can open every single one of them and see all the data. So complete transparency. You don't have to be asking a provider, hey, tell me what happened, show me the details. It's all here for you. Let me go back to that. So we talked about remediation. Okay, so you can actually now take action. When I've gotten alerts, I can come in here and I can say, okay, let's go up here. And first let's do some alert actions, because false positives is another issue, right? So how do I deal with false positives? We have this thing called trusted threat indicators, where you can actually go in and say, okay, this activity by this host is trusted. So from now on, when you see it, let's not use that as a threat indicator, and so we'll cut down on false positives. We have a lot of partners now use PowerShell scripting as part of their configuration of their endpoints. That can be considered malicious, but what we can do is go in and create a TTI, a trusted threat indicator, for that PowerShell script, and it's very specific. It can actually look for a particular phrase or pattern in that script and say, okay, this script is not malicious, okay? So that's the way you get your false positives out, and you're only getting alerts that you have to deal with. Then you can come in here and you can take action, you can remediate. So when I showed you earlier that I can set up remediators, you come in here, now the ones I've set up, I can see. Okay, so I can scroll down here and show you all the different ones that we have. Obviously, actually, it's just these three. I can select those, basically go in and say, okay, let's take some action. It's actually going to show me what it's going to do. It's going to show me exactly what rule it's going to push to the FortiGate. It's going to show me exactly what it's going to do with the EDR. So, again, very transparent. But that's manual remediation. What a lot of our partners are moving to is auto remediation, right? Where you actually go in and you say, I want to actually set up a playbook where I can actually decide what actions I want to take when I get a certain alert. I just opened one up here, but this is a very powerful but very simple tool. It's drag and drop. I can move things around. So this is a potential 0-day. I can say I want to take some actions based on a current condition. I can say I want to assign this to a particular analyst. You just add it, click on it, add the information, done. Maybe I want to notify somebody, okay? Boom. Come in here. I want to send an email notification. Boom. I want to notify the customer, whoever it might be. So you can set all this up. I can actually, and they're pretty easy to change. I can even say, no, I want to take this action as well. I just want to automatically go out and go out to my force point, maybe block that blacklisted site we saw. So come in here, block the IP. So very powerful, but very simple. We also want to be able to show your ability to go in and search for anything you want. So we have this thing called Deep Tracker, and where you can come in here and you can punch anything you want. You can search for any of these categories. Source data type, event type. So let's source data type, maybe any type of, let's see, where is it? Source data type. This will show me what I have available. These are all the different devices that I'm collecting from. Maybe I want to go see from my Endgame EDR. So, and you can actually set a very tight time window here too. I can say I want to see for the last 60 minutes. I don't know if there will be any, but okay, there were. So again, this is great for going in, maybe if you had an incident, going in and doing a very detailed search for all different kinds of data. Lots of reports. You've seen, there's the BI presentations, lots of reports, PCI, HIPAA, and NIST and so forth, security posture and so forth. All right, so now I'll jump back. So I sort of gave you an overview of this platform. Now this is just a snapshot of this pricing calculator that we created. So this is for that particular package, AI SIEM pricing, right? And you can see here everything in blue that's included. So what you go up here is you add in your endpoints and access points, you add in your servers, you're adding your firewalls.
Tom,
yep.
we're still seeing the Sekion dashboard.
Okay, this isn't cooperating. Let's escape. We stop sharing. We go back to this. Share. Okay, you're seeing.
There you go.
Okay, so this is it's just a calculator we made internally to help do a pricing quote either to ourselves or even potentially show it to a potential customer. So this is for this package, right? And what's included. So you can see all the things that we've talked about here, the Yuba, the SIEM, the dynamic threat models, the SOAR, and all this stuff is included. For this particular package, if you want any of these things down below, that's all option. So the calculator will simply populate whatever the quantity you have for the employees and workstations, the servers and so forth, and away you go. I deleted any actual numbers here because depending on region, that pricing is going to be different. So I'm not going to put numbers in here, but this would actually calculate it for you. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So now did I skip CGuard? Okay, sorry. PMAX. So that's another package, if you will, right? So here we have all the things that are included in the PMAX. You got a pretty detailed demo. Tell me if this switches back to the platform now. Am I back to the platform, the demo, or no? Yes, no?
You're showing your PowerPoint slide.
So it's not switching automatically. That sucks.
No.
All right. Well, let's just stay on the PowerPoint. I apologize. So the first package I showed you was simply AI Sim. This is AI XDR, 360 with PMAX, right? So this is including your EDR, EPP, DLP, FIM, and so forth. So this calculator basically now says, okay, everything that's included is down through option 9 here, right? So you've got all the things I showed above, plus we've added the EDR. So if you had 100 endpoints, boom, that would automatically populate. Boom, it would go down and calculate. Okay, so this is the second package, the more detailed package. The third package is CGuard, right? This is our cloud-centric solution where if you don't have any on-prem devices, you can basically do quick deployments, collect everything from the in-cloud servers, the SaaS applications you're running, and so forth. This one is a little different, and so here's the pricing tool for that one. But you can see PMAX isn't included, but Score 360 is. Okay, so again, we would automatically populate. The reason PMAX isn't included is you might already have a CrowdStrike, a SentinelOne. Your customer might already have it, so you don't want to recharge them. You don't want to charge them double. So again, those are sort of the 3 high-level packages. I will tell you there's others we're working on, based on some new potential Gartner categories, but those are the 3 that we have in place right now. So the SIM package, which is the base platform, we have PMAX, which brings in all the EDR functionality and EPP. Then we have CGuard. You do see in all the other packages, there's add-ons, right? So the Sarah AI functionality, which I'll show you. Let me go back to the platform. I'm sure you know what it is, but let me just re-show it. Okay, escape. All right, you seen the platform again?
Yep, we're back at it.
Okay, so where is my... So when you have an alert, did I have it here? Yeah, I have it here. You have an alert, like this one I'm showing. If you push this button, right, you'll actually get a very human readable version of that alert, right? So instead of having to cull through all that the way I did, you get a nice overview, alert details, all the different types of threat indicators that were in there. It goes through each one. You get the MITRE techniques that were used, and then based on those techniques, you actually get some potential groups, who the attack group might have been based on those techniques that were used, and so forth. You get attack chain analysis, threat predictions, and then recommendations on the actions to take. So very powerful ability to actually let you, get quickly to a summary of that alert. I didn't run it, but let me show you. Here in threat hunting, you can do the same thing, right? So you can run Sarah AI and actually, use that to do your queries. Actually, instead of having to do what I did, which is select a data type or an event or an IP, select the actual source, you can just come in here and basically tell it what you want, and it'll go in and do the search for you. So lots of powerful, and then we're adding more and more functionality through that into the platform. So, these LLMs, which actually will let us, query the data for you and then come up with the whatever you're looking for. And then lastly here, for Seaguard, you have that Score 360 included, right? So this is an unrun version of the report, right, which you've probably seen. So you can actually do an external domains query and then get a detailed report. It will run all of these tests. You can see here. All right, it'll come back with a FICA-like score to say, hey, you're fair, good, poor, excellent, and that can be a door opener for a conversation with a potential customer to run this report on their domain, come back with a fair score or maybe a poor score, and then maybe that really opens up the door to having a conversation. Or for an existing customer, this is important for compliance, versus an audit, maybe for getting some cybersecurity insurance. All right, I think I've said everything I want to say. Ed, you want to chime in with any comments here? I put you on the spot here.
Sure. I think that being able to see the pricing and then being able to see it on the user interface here, like Tom has demonstrated, I think is really helpful. I think it also helps to demonstrate what Keith was talking about at the beginning of our session today. Good, better, best. And here's a really great way of being able to physically see good, better, best that you're able to present to your customer. In the last piece in the security scorecard, this is a phenomenal place to spend time with executives who maybe aren't as concerned about cybersecurity and specifically how you're going to respond to threats, but rather how this impacts their business and how it creates that insight into their business, whether it be from constant compliance or from a cybersecurity posture management perspective. So really phenomenal stuff here. And we're always here to help. Anytime you want to go through and have some more in-depth training on pricing models and how you can leverage them to better position yourself within each opportunity, please reach out to your account managers. We're here to help you with that.
Thanks, Ed. Yep, and hopefully that was useful. Again, we're perfectly happy to share that pricing tool with you just to help you generate some quotes for your particular customers in your region, or at least give you some insight into what the pricing might be for that customer as you get ready to start negotiating. All right. Thank you. And I guess back to you, Maggie.
Hello, gentlemen. Thanks so much. Coming up next, we have our final presentation, which will be with our CEO, Chandra Pandey, Bithal Bharadwaj, CEO of Gramex.
Recording stopped.
About avionics, critical infrastructure, cybersecurity challenges, nations, actors, and threat actors. We will also be having a fireside chat between Chandra and Roger Newton of Logically, and the SOC leader at Logically, about cybersecurity leaders with 500 plus tenants handling hundreds of billions of events daily. So, gentlemen, are you prepared?
Yeah, thanks, Maggie. And we just want to welcome.
Recording in
Vittal.
progress.
I want to welcome Vittal, sir. He is one of the top-notch cybersecurity leader in the world. When it comes not only for avionics and critical infrastructure, but also in general for cybersecurity and convergence of the cybersecurity. He has been a CISO for some of the biggest company in the world, and now he's the CEO of the Gramex, which is most like, if you can say that, it's like securing some of the most critical infrastructure in the world you can imagine, all the way from airports to power plants to many critical infrastructure around the globe, not only in a specific geography, but around the globe. So it's our honor to have him with us. And Vittal, sir, you want to take it over, sir?
Sure. Thank you, Chandraji, and thank you to Secure team for inviting me over. Just to complete on what Chandraji was saying, I come from a company called GMR, and GMR is the second largest private airport company in the world. We are also significantly present in the power sector. So we operate and own multiple power plants, cutting across thermal, solar, hydro, and different energy sources. We are also into urban infrastructure. So we build the smart cities, which are full of operational technologies. So essentially, every single business of ours, every single asset which we manage is of national importance or whichever country we are operating in. So just wanted to share that before I get started here, Chandraji. But good morning, everybody on the call. I'm assuming it's still good morning out there. This is around 10 p.m. in India. So last meeting for the day for me, but it's my honor to be here and speak on a subject which is not just technical, but it's very strategic, very geopolitical, and vital for the national security all over whichever country it is in. And that is essentially, we're talking about the aviation critical infrastructure. The protection of the critical information infrastructure in aviation is of paramount importance today. As I'm speaking right now, the thousands of aircrafts are traversing across the globe. They are being guided by the satellite constellations, ground control systems, navigation aids, and a massive digital network. This complex ecosystem focuses, or rather forms the backbone of the modern aviation. And since it's all connected, it's hyper-connected, in fact, it is increasingly under the threat and under the attack today. The new battleground, the aviation is no longer just about the aircraft. It is about data. It is about the connectivity. It is about the precision timing. The entire sector, aviation, works on the precision timing. This is very, very important. Every millisecond counts in this sector. But with this transformation, it has also opened up the new battleground around the cyberspace. We have to deal with the state actors who are motivated by the geopolitical influences. They are after the economic disruptions. They try to gain the military advantages. Essentially, they are targeting our aviation systems for the disruption and possible sabotage. We also have to deal with the threat actors, which would include your hacktivist, cyber criminal groups. Essentially, hacktivists because aviation as a sector is a favorite of media globally, and every small incident in this sector makes the headlines across the globe always. And as we know, a lot of countries, a lot of economies, flying is still considered to be an expensive proposition, which means any passenger or any customer of this sector essentially is a gold mine for these cyber criminals. So there are a lot of opportunist threat actors who are going after the unpatched control systems, or they are going after the unsuspecting supply chain vendors as well. In fact, the way I see it, breach in the aviation critical infrastructure is just not a cyber incident. It's in a lot of ways a national emergency. Now, we all know how this aviation is connected or hyper-connected, the way we see it from cockpit to the cloud. The threat landscape is expanding here. And it includes systems like your air traffic management systems, we call it ATMs. We have airport operations, we have SCADA systems, we have flight data recorders, maintenance logs, a lot of passenger experience and the information systems are there. There are a lot of communication links with the satellites and the ground stations. And every digital touch point in this scheme of things is a potential entry point for the adversaries who are trying to go after the sector here, the aviation primarily. A lot of recent incidents or the intrusions into the satellite control infrastructure. There have been attempts to jam the GNS signals. There have been cyber attacks on the airport operations, and these are not isolated events. But these are, the way we see it, they are the signals. They are loud and clear that we are living in the times where cyber superiority equals the air superiority, and that's the fact we have to deal with as a protector of aviation sector in the cyberspace. These state-backed entities, and we have also personally experienced a lot of these state actors coming after a lot of our digital assets at the airports around the tensions surrounding around the geopolitics. We've seen the APTs coming in. They've been targeting aviation OEMs and the suppliers as well. And the recent one which comes to my mind is the CrowdStrike one. And while it touched every single sector, including banking, but airports specifically was made the headlines around the globe, primarily because it led to a lot of discomfort for the passengers who were stranded because of what we saw. Supply chain infiltration for long-term access is being targeted. Fundamentally, since this is an interconnected ecosystem, so there are a lot of trusted systems talking to each other between different entities or different players of this value chain. So supply chain infiltration is a headache which we have to deal with. A lot of these actions, they would often considered to be below the threshold of the war, but they are very well above the threshold of the concerns which we have to address. We would say cyber dominance has become the silent arm of military strategy. And the times we are living in, unfortunately, there are geopolitical tensions all over the world, every single continent, not all single continent, but a lot of continents are seeing these actions. And cyberspace, the digital space, is an easy proxy war which we are seeing today. Now, my wish list from how do we go about strengthening the defenses, I mean, what should we do? The way forward around that, I think number one, we wish that we must treat aviation critical infrastructure at par with the nuclear or the energy infrastructure. The regulations must evolve from a simple compliance checklist, which is easy to be done, but it has to evolve into a real-time resilience frameworks. We have seen some work happening in the geographies where we are operating today, but that's one key aspect we would like to focus, the governments to focus on across the globe. The intelligence sharing cannot be in silos. There has to be established networks amongst the different states of the governments, the airlines, OEMs, and the cybersecurity firms. Time and again, we have seen gathering the intelligence at the right time becoming the most difficult part in dealing with an incident, because as we know, whenever any player in the value chain gets attacked, they go mum. They will likely share things with other partners, but when things goes wrong, people zip up, and that's where the problem comes in. So intelligence cannot be sitting in the silos. Security cannot be perimeter based. Again, aviation is a system of systems. So every entity cannot be just focusing on its own parameters. The models must evolve for the continuous validation for every device, every entity, every interaction which is happening across the value chain or the supply chain. Those are 3-4 things I wish we should see more and more collaborations happening across the entities and the governments and the states. Essentially, aviation is just not about the flying machines. It's about the lives. It's about the economies. It's about the sovereignty of where it's happening. And cyberspace must remain a space of freedom, safety, and trust. And that requires cybersecurity to be embedded not as a feature, but as a foundation of the new age aviation sector. With that, let us move from the awareness to action, from reactive to resilience, and from silo to secure together. With that, thank you so much, Chandraji. Back to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It was extremely powerful. And one of the things that I wanted to mention, as you mentioned, that it's a foundation. It's not, cybersecurity is not something add-on, but it is part of the foundation. And I know that you have taken a lot of initiative in your organization to do exactly that. And if you don't mind just talking for a minute or so about the actions you have taken, that will be really helpful,
Now, happy to share that. There are 2 notable things which we have undertaken. Again, while we have invested to secure our airports, and as I've been saying again and again, It's the entire ecosystem which has to secure itself. To work towards that, two notable programs which we have built. One is, we call it ACSF, which is your Aviation Cybersecurity Framework. We realize that there are a lot of generic frameworks out there, a lot of generic guidelines by different authorities across the globe, but nothing specifically going to the detail of every system which makes an airport, an airlines, an airline. So this ACSF, or Aviation Cybersecurity Framework, which we have built, and we have kindly shared that with the agencies as an open source, so that agencies who have a far more means and resources than us, to work with other partners in the ecosystem and continuously keep that framework ready and updated, touching upon every single system, and given the criticality, what control should be there. That's the first thing which I would like to share, Chandraji. And second, we've also invested in the cyber range, which might come out as a surprise, that why would industrial company investing in cyber range, which is typically, you will see cyber ranges being used in the academic worlds, or by some of the national agencies as well, to carry out some national operational exercises. What we have built, we call it Phygital Twin. And what we realized, we deal with a lot of operational technology in this sector, be it airports or power plants. And this technology, unlike information technology, is not well understood. It's not easy to comprehend what cyber risk might be there if I am an engineering manager who's responsible to put the escalators or travelators at an airport. Or what cyber risks are there if I have the access controls, which are so critical for the physical security. So we have miniaturized the entire airport and the supporting infrastructure around the airport onto a table. We've built two of these Phygital Twins, which is powered by the cyber range. And these are the miniaturized real-life simulations of how the actual systems work. For example, we have gone to a detail wherein we use the same PLCs, same controllers, same applications which you use in the real world to move and operate this Phygital Twin models. And we have not just focused on the airport and the power plants, but we've also gone into the oil and gas sector. We've gone into the lot of retail systems as well. So everything which runs the city or a world, we've been able to miniaturize on a table which is 20 feet by 7 feet table. It's a dream playground for the kids and for the techies. So we use this cyber range to carry out the red teaming and the blue teaming exercises for our ecosystem. This is built essentially to help industry learn about cybersecurity, the critical aspects of this critical infrastructure which we operate. Anybody who is visiting India will be very happy to host you. Come and have a look, spend a day with my team, and learn what are the risks in the critical infrastructure here. Once you see it, it's very difficult to ignore how fragile this world is. To give you an idea, we have a use case around the metro train on that model. So a lot of research has gone in to figure out, well, how would you actually hack into a metro train if you have to derail it? So idea of all of that research is, once we know how systems actually works, then it's that much easier for us to go about securing them. So again, anybody who's visiting India or want to see the model which we have built in the cyber range, we can do it either virtually, have a look, just learn. It's not for commercial, it's just to collaborate with the industry. So come and use. If you'd like to get engaged, we talk with Chandraji and he will let us know, and we're more than happy to spend time on that.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. And I had opportunity to spend a couple of hours there in that ICDC, and it was pretty eye-opening for me. And everything you can imagine in as Vittalji pointed out, whether it is your metro, power plant, oil and gas industry, your airports, everything is there with the proper PLC, RTUs, SCADA controllers, sensors, everything in the place, and you can see the complete infrastructure miniatures, which are really functional. And I was pretty much blown away. So this team, what Vittalji team is doing is extremely unique, and what they are driving, as he pointed out, for the it's like lives and death kind of a differences are there. Some of those things can be of that value, and a lot of things you don't get chance to see in the, like, with the front line, it's not visible, but what happens behind the scene, that makes sure that, hey, it's like life can be saved, or life cannot be put on the risk and all that in there. So I cannot say enough about that, the work Vittal sir and his team is doing right now, and where they want to take the vision he had, and where they are taking the cybersecurity to the next level, especially for all the critical infrastructures around the globe. They want to build something very unique, and they already have built something which is very unique right now. Vittal sir, you want to add something before we close this session?
Just one last thing, and as a loyal customer to Sicyon, we've been using your product for past, I think, 3 years now, and there have been countless days where product has helped us save the day. So thank you for all you do. Your team has been extremely supportive, and we look forward. And when you visited last, we saw your product roadmap as well, and it has all the right points which we have been thinking. We have been talking internally. I was so pleased to see all of that, right from the attack surface monitoring to all the other things which you have on the roadmap. I think that's what the industry is looking for. I look forward for those features to come live as well. Again, thank you so much, Chandraji, for the opportunity to be here.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. It's always an honor to listen to you and learn from you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So next session.
Recording stopped.
The next session, I think, Maggie, we have Roger.
Yes, Roger should be joining us.
Yeah, I don't see him into the panel yet.
Mhm.
He does not have invite for panel, or what is it?
He's been sent an invite. Perhaps there were technical difficulties.
Okay. Okay, so I think if Roger is not here, we may take an opportunity to, I will love to have Kunal to join us. Kunal, if you don't mind, coming live, that will be helpful. Kunal, are you able to hear us?
Yes, sir. There.
Yeah, so Kunal, like to welcome you for our Fire Chat session. First, I would like to introduce Kunal, and then Kunal, you can add a little bit about yourself and your company, sir. We have
Recording in progress.
We had opportunity to partner with Kunal like almost 5 years back, and he brought a lot on the table. He has one of the best looking cybersecurity operation, and the team who has been trained and highly professional. They know exactly what they're doing. And Kunal have a global footprint from the cybersecurity point of view. He himself came with a very strong background in the cybersecurity for last decade or so. He has been one of the very well-known global cybersecurity experts, and definitely conducting audits and all that in there. And he has clients across the globe, including the US and Europe and everywhere else you can imagine in between. And we had opportunity to get started with him. And since then, when he built his security operation, now he have probably 50 plus customers around the globe on the platform now. And we are always kind of, when we have opportunity to spend some time with him, always have opportunity to learn a lot what is going around the globe, what people are caring about and all that. And then what are the innovations he will like to see put into the platform, and his team will like to see put into the platform as well. So I know that he had some personal emergency. He has been dealing with his father health and all that. But on top of that, he has agreed and joined to share his experiences with all of our partners. So Kunal, please take some time to introduce yourself, your organization, and share some of your experiences, what you are seeing out there, sir.
Thank you, Chandra sir, for giving the brief introductions. Hello everyone, and welcome to this particular session. It is our pleasure to be a part of Secure from last 5+ years, and we are sharing our experience. So today I'm just going to share our own story as well as the journey, what we have been, and what is our next roadmap kind of a thing. So I'm just sharing my screen. I hope my screen is visible and my voice is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it is.
Thank you. Thanks. Okay. So I'm just going to take this particular topic on terms of the, if we are partner with Secure, and how the, ROI can be, which any MSP or any partner will be more interested on this. And this is my own true experience. So I'm the, dedicatedly, service provider with Secure and a global MSSP with Secure. So apart from Secure, we don't sell any other solutions. And as Chandraji has explained, I'm having 2 decades plus experience into cybersecurity. I was the ex-banker prior to starting my own company for almost 12+ years into India and abroad into compliance and cybersecurity. And then 10 years back, I started my entrepreneur journey. And we are an advisor with Government of India for all the state data center and the SWAN project, which is statewide area network. And similar way, we are the advisor with Ministry of Finance UAE for their e-Dirham project, which is a local currency card. So we are managing this project from almost 8+ years now, and it's still going on. And we have a couple of other customers also, which I will take you to later. So, but from day one, when we were supporting to the customers on their premises for SOC, where our resources has been deployed and the solution which customer being a government, they have decided as part of the RFP. So we were supporting them. But the day when we decide to have our own SOC, from that day till now, we are only offering Secure as a services. And to be very honest, all the solutions I have tried, all the solution I have seen in the major government places, public sector projects, even enterprise level customers, but I have not seen, the solutions and the offerings which Secure is all giving, which is making everyone's life easy, not only end customer, but being a partner and MSP service provider, because running a 24/7 SOC with L1, L2, L3, all the services, it is not easy and it's very challenging. Customers are more demanding and their expectation is also high. So with the right solutions, we can, do this part. So that is my journey, which I would like to share with you. So today I'm just going to cover the overall, partnership, what we have, the challenges, what we have faced, the platform highlight, which has already been covered by a lot of people. So I'll not focus more on that, but definitely the ROI framework, how the cost saving has been done, how our revenue uplift has been done by Secure and efficiency gains, as well as the risk reduction. I have few case study which I'm going to share it with you, and then I have a 3 years ROI projections for any people who would like to think that now we are just distributing the license, but we would like to do the MSP services also. So that will going to help them out, and then the next roadmap point of view. So we are a global MSP, alignment, and currently we are managing from APAC and ME region. Secure AI platform plus e-product SOC delivery. So there are a lot of reseller and distributor who has been directly, engaged with Secure, but they are taking the services from us. So we are officially partners in terms of if anyone needs direct services on the managed services. They can take the license from Secure and services they can take, or end-to-end if they need, we can help them out. So it's a co-branded services and unified SLA along with the Secure, because as I've told you, we are not selling any other solutions. So anyone need a SOC service with Secure, they can refer to us. So if we see the challenges point of view, so as per the latest data by IBM, there are 170 million average breach cost has been occurred in last year. There are 25 plus major players in the market which are available, but there are a lot of confusing which tool, providing what kind of services and cost optimizations and the features point of view. There are a lot of open source, but the major players are 25 plus solutions. And in terms of the talent and, the competency, there are 3.4 million talent gaps are there in the current market to cater the current situation, what we have till last year, So these are the current challenges globally when we interact with the, enterprise level customer and public sector customers as well as the other customers. And now previously the domain which, was looking for cybersecurity was only BFSI or some public sector, but now even the manufacturing, just now we had the last session with aerospace point where even those industries are looking, for this. So the challenges are high, demand is more, and the availability of the right tool with the right solution and right people are very less. So these are the current challenges what people are facing. And in terms of the growth and opportunity, if someone wants to understand how the security business will be and what are the challenges you have, plus what are the features actually required to cater those problems. So if you see all the product and services in terms of SOC, threat indicator, NDR, SIM, XDR, CR monitoring, MDR, all these features in terms of 23-24, this is the actual data. You can refer the link which I have given below this presentation. So all this, the billions of, amount of business is available. But if you see from next 5 to 8 years, this is going to be 3 times. So, this is what the requirement is. This is what the growth has been there. And this is are the opportunities for anyone who would like to, think on a cybersecurity as a business. So even if you consider the, calculated growth revenue, it is almost 3 times what right now people are earning or people are getting it for providing the cybersecurity. But only part, if you see the first, column is the product and services. And the best part of the Secure is whatever you are showing it on the left-hand side, they are providing everything into the single platform, single price, single service solutions, So compared to any other solution, most of the people, we are already working with Secure, so everyone has already done the comparison. But if you have these services, you are, in the market, then you are a right place in the market. So with this particular thing in last 5 years, we have also seen that people are moving this because they need a single platform, single solution with a single vendor, rather than going for managing multiple dashboard, multiple licenses, paying on APS point, and then there's no budget and all other constraints are there. So if you have these things along with your good services, you will be, lead the market. So that is just a actual figure which I would like to highlight here. Now, from a platform point of view, definitely we have seen like, you have AICM, MSP, ML curation compared to any other solutions. It has been like I have seen personally where I have done the PO, I have done the POC. There are current customer who is using some other solutions, and we have done the technical discussion with them, and we prove them that how soon your systems can generate the alert and how soon Secure can generate the alerts. And all the 3 to 4 place where we got this opportunity to discuss technically, we prove that our solution is best and it is providing the, the alerts within a couple of seconds, which other solution is taking at least a minute, So that is a main differentiator. It has a multi-tenant portal with the risk score. So as a like MSP service provider, it is really good for you to onboard all your customers and manage their ticketing tool also, which is inbuilt. So you don't have to depend on any of the single thing, which I have find out that is helping me out basically for the future performance point of view as well as the differentiator point of view. Now coming to the main point where everyone will be interested that okay, Secure is good, platform is good, but how about the ROI point of view? First is your cost saving. Second is the revenue upliftment. third is the efficiency, and fourth is the risk avoidance. Now we have to see in the cybersecurity that cybersecurity, whatever budget organization has. I was working with ICICI Bank, and ICICI Bank has 12,000 crore budget for the cybersecurity, which is that 25% of the actual revenue which they are keeping it for cybersecurity. But again, it falls under the cost center. It is not the revenue. So always people try to reduce, they try to negotiate. They everything need to be best. They go for a free and best solutions. So when we are falling under the cost center side, not on a profit side. So people who is managing the balance sheet, they